Yesterday, I saw a fragment of an article, and the article was going to go into the reasons why there is a lot of fear, um, I guess, amongst sex toy manufacturers and uh, other sex toy industry related personnel, because apparently there has been this new rash of heart attacks that have happened when young women making use of sex toys, in particular vibrators, uh, just died of a heart attack while self-stimulating in this manner. And I saw this, and of course, I was thinking the same thing that a lot of other people who saw this were thinking. You know, do they think we are that stupid? I mean, that's a rhetorical question. Obviously, they do, or they wouldn't put out stuff like this. I mean, and it's not the only one that I've seen. It's not the only news story that I have seen put out there saying there's an increased risk to younger people right now of certain things that younger people didn't usually these kind of ailments didn't usually assail younger people, but now because of this, that, or the other thing that's causing this enhanced danger of these heretofore unheard of conditions. Some of them life-threatening, some of them death, some of them resulting in death. But this, but out of everything I've seen, this has got to be the most creative way to disguise what's really going on. And so I almost found it funny. I mean, I did find it funny, actually. I did. Um, but again, the question I asked, do they think that we're stupid? But that's not the real question. The real question comes back to uh, that Solzhenitsyn quote, which I've given before, and I don't know if I'm saying it verbatim, but he probably said it in Russian, so saying it in English is always going to be an approximate thing anyway. But what he said was, "They are lying. We know they are lying." Uh, Wait, let me go back. They are lying. They know they are lying. We know they are lying. They know that we know that they are lying, yet they keep lying. So, in a strange way, these kinds of stories, I think, function on a couple of different levels. For the very credulous types who read this article and think, "Oh my gosh, I better not get that vibrator because I might have a heart attack." Well, I mean, if it's if you're going to pursue chastity, I think that's a good thing. I should make that clear. I think I'm all for chastity for both young men and women, um, and refraining from premarital activities, uh, and uh, keeping a chaste mindset and all of that. I'm good with all that. So if this story actually scares some credulous people into being chaste, then that's great. But the whole notion that this is real, I don't know. I'm gonna guess that out of everyone who reads these kinds of articles, maybe 20 to 30% of people. I might be being too generous. It might be a lot higher than that. I don't know, but I'll just be generous about the overall intelligence and the overall capacity of the human mind to see through deception. And I'll just say 20 to 30% will read it and just be credulous enough to think that, to read it on a surface level and just think, oh, this is actually happening exactly as they're telling us that it's happening. And then there will be another percentage of people who will read it and wonder if perhaps there's more to it, and then there will be a certain percentage of people, let's say the cleverest and most perceptive 20%, who will read it and think, what the hell are they trying to sell? Look at what they're doing. Look at how they're trying to cover for themselves. Look at the depths to which they will sink to try to cover for themselves in this way. And they're so shameless. And so once again, we come to that part of Solzhenitsyn's dictum. We know that they are lying. They know that we know that they are lying, and yet they keep lying. And I think there is something to that. It's got to function on that level as well. Because on the one hand, it distracts attention away from the credulous. I'm not going to call them stupid. I'll just call them credulous. There are some really smart people who just don't. Who are very good at mathematical problems or whatever, but who just don't have the kind of intuition to decode these kinds of ridiculous stories for what they really are. But for those on the other end of the spectrum, it functions as yes, we're still going to keep lying. We know that you are onto us, but we're going to keep lying because it works, and because we get to do it, we get away with it, and ha ha ha, we're us, we're powerful, we get away with doing things like this, and you aren't. So ha 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 ha. Just a kind of taunting us, taunting the non-credulous. That's how I suspect it must work, this dynamic. Because if it's just there to fool the super credulous, then I don't know. Then that just doesn't take account for the fact that you have other people every day growing more and more angry and disillusioned at the mendacity of the kind of people who write these kinds of stories, and who think that we believe them, and who think that there's any truth to them at all. Now, have people died of heart attacks while using sex toys? I'm sure that they have. I'm sure there's a number of people each year who that applies to. I mean, people die in all kinds of ways. People die while having sex as well. That's got to be embarrassing, both to the one who perishes and to the one in whose arms they are perishing. But anyway, this stories like this, again, I think function on both levels. Both to those who aren't aware that they are being lied to, or just have no clue at all, who just believe what they're told, and they also have a function of doing this, what Solzhenitsyn talks about in his quote, that they keep lying because they're gonna, because they can, and they're gonna taunt us with the fact that they can lie with impunity about the most ridiculous of things to cover for their the blood that they've shed, the lives that they're responsible for having either ruined or destroyed, literally. So that's that. Let me know what you think. My name's Andy Nowicki. Check out my work at altrightnovelist.com. Please check out my latest book, The Insurrectionist, at terrorhousepress.com.